On your fast track to 7, you may want to carve some extra time to get where you need to go today. Snow already starting early this morning, leaving many roads on the slippery side.
Yeah, that's a look just south of Fargo, and we want to head on over live to the Valley Today's JC Dodge. She joins us this morning with the latest on what it's like out there. Good morning, JC.
Good morning, Jordan and Phoenix. Now, the snow has consistently stayed coming down, but right now it looks like we're getting a slight but brief break from this wind. Now, the flakes that we're seeing here in South Fargo, just off of I-29 and 52nd Avenue, are not the big, pretty, fluffy white kind. They are the kind that sting your face, especially when that wind picks up. But you can see right now, I'm not having too much of a hard time looking at you. I'm facing north, but look at these snow drifts that have started to build up on this frontage road just off of I-29. Now, look, you can see they're piling in that drifting, blowing snow coming, and it has been like this all morning long. This is what we've seen. We started in south of Horace even, and progressively moved up. Now, I want you to look at I-29. Traveling south, lots of blowing snow, but coming north, it was much, much worse. Traveling north into that wind, lots of blowing snow, very disorienting. We had a hard time, seeing the road and that kind of thing. And as more cars are coming this way, you can see them right here. You want to take it slow this morning because it is tough travel, especially when that wind picks up like it is right now. You can see right now it's having a hard time keeping my hood on, that kind of thing. That's what you're facing. It's continuous snow, and it's stayed coming down with that wind. It's just not easy travel today.
Well, thank you, JC. And I hope you stay safe out there and warm.
Yeah, difficult travel out there this morning, and we want to check more of our radar in the forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green this morning. She's been tracking that system for hours now. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, and it's been snowing for hours in our view right here at the Dakota Magic Casino. We've been watching the snow come down. We've been watching the snow blow. The combination of the two has been really limiting our visibility down along that South Dakota state line, where we've been seeing some of our heaviest snowfall totals coming in. And here's a look at the latest radar. Large area, it's a bit scattered, but large area of snow affecting us here in the valley and stretching back over toward Bismarck as well. So there's more where that came from. It's moving east and a little bit north of east as it does so. So there's a little bit of this working its way into the northern valley, but the focus has been in the southern valley. Fargo Moorhead, we've got some snow north of the metro. Back over to Lisbon, looks like you've got a little heavy pocket of snow moving in right now. Lidgerwood in a nice break, and that's good to see because let's take a look at some of our snowfall totals coming in. In Fargo, we are looking at a report that came in just under an inch so far. So we haven't had a lot of heavy snow in Fargo, but Lidgerwood, let's take a look there. We had a report of 7 inches of snow already. So when we were warning you about the heavy snow in the south, we weren't kidding. And we're adding more to that as we work our way through the day today. So they're already working with 7 inches of snow there. And there are several other locations dealing with multiple inches of snow. Down by the Fairmont area, a report of about 6 inches there too. So again, that's getting blown around by the wind. And we've got more coming on the radar here as we make our way through the morning. Speaking of the wind, we've got a gust in Fargo to 28 miles per hour, a gust down in Oaks to 36 miles per hour. So we're likely seeing some areas, especially in open country, of whiteout conditions at times in those spots. And we are reporting visibility still at 0 in Gwinner. All morning long, the entire valley today, we've been reporting 0 in Gwinner. And then other surrounding areas in that half inch to a quarter or half mile to a quarter mile visibility here for the southeastern part of North Dakota. So that's the area having the most trouble right now. You can see Northern Valley's okay. Lakes country still seeing some snow and a little bit of blowing snow at that too. Speaking of that, winds are going to be a big issue for today on top of the heavier snowfall that we're seeing too. So that combination going to be tough for travel. We're looking at more drifts building up on the roads, not just blowing across. And this happens through the day. We're looking at winds gusting out of that northerly direction in Fargo this morning all the way into this afternoon and this evening. So it's not going to let go. Even if we do get a break from the falling snow, we'll still have that blowing snow happening. Temperatures are going to be pretty tough to be out in too. As JC has been mentioning, it's kind of driving right at you, that snow. So really kind of miserable out there. 4 below your temperature right now and 13 below in Grand Forks. Here's the wind we factor in that wind. Wind chills down into the 40s below in northeastern North Dakota. So dangerous cold there. A look at your planner. Grand Forks, we're really going to struggle to warm up everywhere today, and especially in the Northern Valley. We just really see those temperatures staying below 0 all day. And though we won't see a heavy amount of snow in Grand Forks, we're still looking at that snowfall potential as the day goes on. So here's a look at that map again. Through the day, we'll see that first round, and then heading into tomorrow, more snow adds up in the Southern Valley. So we're looking at a foot or more in some places down in the south, and lesser amounts the farther you go. So a lot of snow, a lot of wind, that leads to some problems out there. So if you can't stay home today, do so and stay safe and warm, Phoenix.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. So because of that bad weather, we're hearing from some school districts that are changing things up today because of that bad weather. MSU Moorhead is closed today, as Fargo Catholic Schools and New York Mills Public Schools. Well, the list obviously is a little shorter than you usually see. That's because many districts already have that day off because of the President's Day holiday.
And thankfully, not a lot of people have to get going this morning for school anyway because of the holiday, because these roads are difficult. Now we have some breaking coverage for you here this morning. You might remember that Lisa was saying that it's near zero visibility in Gwinner. That correlates exactly to what is going on. The state has now issued the no travel advisory for Sargent County. That is a county that Gwinner is in, as Lisa was saying. Now they're saying slippery roads and areas of near zero visibility. That's exactly what Lisa said just seconds ago. So breaking this morning, there is now a no travel advisory for portions of southern North Dakota. Now the rest of the state is in a travel alert. That means that conditions can change quickly. I'm going to outline everything in red here that is in our travel alert this morning. It includes almost all of the viewing area that we're talking about. Grand Forks, Fargo, West Fargo, Valley City, Jamestown, Devil's Lake Basin. Everything in our red shaded area here. It basically is if you cut the state in half and then went to the east, travel alert, except for, again, Sargent County. This morning, they have now just been upgraded to no travel advised. Taking a look at Minnesota, we're also seeing some tough conditions, especially around Minnesota Lakes country. Get our most recent check of the map here. I-94 from Fargo down to about Fergus Falls is partially covered. Fergus Falls heading southeast, fully covered in snow and ice. Watch out there. Highway 10, Moorhead to all about Wadena. We're talking about partially covered. Past Wadena, fully covered. Head more to the north and it gets partially covered to more seasonal conditions around Thief River Falls. We are talking about a traffic hazard currently in Bemidji, so watch out. A vehicle is spun out there. The same for just east of Monaga and just south of Battle Lake. We're also reporting spinouts there, so be careful if you do need to head out this morning.
Fargo Fire is waiting for a positive ID on a person who died in an apartment fire on the city's south side. Someone called 911 last night around 6:30, saying they could see flames coming from a window in the 1800 block of 13.5 Street. The building was evacuated and fire crews discovered the body as they put out flames in a lower level unit. No one else was injured and there's no cause yet or damage that is estimated. The victim's name has not yet been released. Well, new this morning, 4 people in jail after 2 deaths of 2 children in separate incidences over the weekend in Bismarck.
Police say 3 people were arrested in connection with the death of a 5-year-old and a woman was arrested in connection with the death of an infant. No other details are being released on either case at this time. 2 men injured, 1 arrested for DUI. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 74-year-old Timothy Mark was waiting to turn into his driveway near Sheldon Saturday night when he was hit head-on by an oncoming pickup.
Both drivers were taken to the Lesbian Hospital, but their injuries are not life-threatening. 68-year-old Jeffrey Grant of Sheldon was arrested for a DUI.
A car stuck in a snowbank turned into a call-out for an armored vehicle in Grand Forks. Police say they found a man in a car early yesterday morning in the 700 block of 40th Avenue South. They tried making contact with him, but he would not get out of that car.
We started runging through the car, and when the officers heard several loud noises from the vehicle, they took cover. After repeating orders to get out of the car, they brought in an armed vehicle and eventually detained him. There's no word yet if he was arrested.
The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW. That's where you can find Lisa Green as she continues to track that weather system impacting the area. Plus, the Valley Today's JC Dodd is live giving us a check of those road conditions. Otherwise, stay safe and have a happy Monday, everyone.